waking up in the dead of night. Your chest feels unbearably heavy. You try to move your arms, but you can't. You try to scream, but your throat is paralyzed. As your eyes slowly adjust to the darkness of the abandoned room, you see her, a pale woman, wearing a blood-red traditional dress. She is sitting right on top of your chest. Her legs are crossed, and she is staring down at you with a twisted, mocking smile. You are completely awake, but you are trapped inside the most cursed building in Vietnam. Welcome to Annam Shadows. Step into the darkness of the East, where urban legends are not just stories, they are history. Saigon, 1960, a wealthy tycoon decided to build the most luxurious hotel in the South. It was called the Building President. The blueprint was massive. 6 blocks, 530 rooms, and exactly 13 floors. His French architect warned him, in Western culture, the number 13 brings death, but the arrogant tycoon ignored the warning. He ordered the construction to begin. He should have listened. The moment the workers laid the first bricks for the 13th floor, the nightmare began. A worker fell from the scaffolding, dying instantly. Then another was electrocuted. Heart attacks, freak accidents, blood was spilling on the concrete faster than it could dry. The 13th floor simply could not be built. Panicked and facing ruin, the tycoon secretly hired a dark shaman. Construction was halted for 3 days. What happened during those 3 days became the most terrifying urban legend in Saigon. It is said the shaman went to a local hospital. He bought the corpses of 4 virgin girls. He brought them to the construction site in the dead of night, and he buried them, standing up at the 4 corners of the building's foundation. A blood sacrifice to anchor the dark spirits. This wasn't just a random act of madness. It was an ancient, forbidden dark art in Eastern black magic. The pure souls of virgins possess immense spiritual energy. By burying them at the 4 corners, the shaman created a human pillar, an unbreakable spiritual cage, to crush the angry earth entities that were stopping the construction. This horrific practice isn't unique to Vietnam. For centuries across Asia, from ancient Japan to China, builders secretly used human sacrifices to hold up massive bridges, dams, and palaces. The buildings would stand strong, but the consequence was always the same. The land became eternally cursed. The wealthy owners would eventually go mad or lose their empires, and at night you could hear the concrete pillars crying. So why did the shaman do it? Knowing the horrific consequences, pure greed, and ultimate arrogance, the desperate tycoon paid him an absolute fortune, and the shaman truly believed his dark spells were strong enough to enslave the dead forever. But he was wrong. You cannot control the dead. The ritual worked, the building was finished, but the cost was the souls of those 4 girls, trapped forever inside the concrete walls. During the Vietnam War, the U.S. military rented the building. They turned the 12th floor into a lively bar, but the 13th floor It was locked. No one was allowed up there. After the war, the hotel became public housing. It was renamed Apartment 727, Tran Hung Dao. Hundreds of families moved in, but they quickly realized they were not alone. The building began to rot at an unnatural speed. Hallways turned into dark, suffocating labyrinths. The smell of dead rats and damp mold filled the air. Then the sounds started. In the middle of the night, residents would hear the heavy, rhythmic stomping of military boots marching across the abandoned 12th floor. Urban explorers who dared to walk down the spiral staircase reported something even more chilling. While walking past empty, locked rooms, they would hear the loud, violent sound of rushing water, like someone taking a shower, but there were no water pipes in those rooms. If someone shined a flashlight into the darkness, the water would suddenly stop. Only a dead silence remained. And those who were unlucky enough to sleep there would meet the woman in the red dress, pinning them to the bed, stealing their breath away. For decades, Apartment 727 stood as a decaying monument of dread in the heart of Saigon. People moved out, the concrete crumbled, only drug addicts and the desperate remained, living among the ghosts. Finally, the local government stepped in 2016. The building was completely demolished, torn down to the dirt. But destroying a building does not destroy a curse. The empty lot still sits there. Locals still whisper about the 4 trapped souls buried deep within the earth. To this day, real estate developers in Vietnam fear the legacy of 727. They follow strict modern taboos. Never ignore the feng shui master, and if a building experiences unnatural deaths during construction, you must cleanse the land or abandon it completely. Because if you try to trap the dead, they will eventually trap you. Thank you for watching Annam Shadows. If you survived this story, please hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. We have many more chilling urban legends waiting for you in the dark. See you next time.